Yo, what is up? Welcome to NinjaGeek Games for an unboxing of Techlandia by Dan Akerman. Now, Techlandia is a big corporate company who are set to lead the world in the latest technology with the release of their latest product, the TX1 smartphone. You play a blogger who believes the company are corrupt by supplying confidential data to the government, with employees suddenly disappearing and strange dark clouds appearing over the Techlandia campus. There are also rumours that Techlandia's technology is so advanced it can open gates to other dimensions, releasing elder gods and eldritch horrors into our world. But they're just rumours, right? Techlandia are launching their new product and you aren't invited to the party, so you have to sneak into the launch to expose them. To do this, you have to collect secrets and codes to be allowed past security, whilst defeating tech cultists and monsters within the facility. So let's take a look inside. So take a look inside. First thing you're presented with the rulebook. Then there are the standees you'll get through the game. These four at the top here are the bloggers that represent the characters that you'll be playing during the game. These are the tech cultists here. This one is the executive monster. And these are the QR codes that you'll be looking for throughout the game. And these actually work. They'll take you to the Techlandia website. A deck of cards that will contain lore cards, location cards, enemy cards, for example. And now we have the tiles, and there should be 12 of these tiles. The first four are always set up in a particular order throughout the game. So they are the press room, security, the welcome center, and the elevator. So they'll always be used in the game. And then what you'll do then is randomly select another four from these two piles here. The red are more difficult to investigate, and the blues are slightly easier, with the punishment for failing in the red one slightly more severe. We have a number of red cubes for marking the player dashboards and the doomsday clock. A single die, plastic stands for the standees. And these will contain some various cards, but these here, what you can see now, are the player dashboards, so the player boards that will be used. They look like cell phones. So for the cards that come with the game, you get some really nice tarot-sized cards. These here are the enemies that you'll be facing. They'll have some backstory, a name. This is a skill that's, if compatible with your skill, it's easier for you to defeat them. Number at the top here is the number you have to equal or roll higher than to defeat them, and that can be affected by skills that you gain or you start with during the game. This is the doomsday clock. It is a countdown timer, starts at 20, and every red number here is when one of the event cards is drawn and red, and they generally bring something pretty bad. This is your player dashboard, which represents a phone. At the top is the number of QR codes that you have found during the game. Decryption codes here are kind of like free tries if you fail to activate a QR code at the security gate. Rooms investigated highlights the 4 rooms that are in the game. And you have to investigate all of those before you can progress to security. And objectivity here is kind of like your health. It's how aware you are of how corrupt the corporation are, and if this ever fills up and you take 3 hits, you actually become a fanboy of Techlandia. And down here there are 3 skills, and you start the game with one. You can choose which one, and anytime you meet an enemy or a monster, if they share that same skill, it allows you to add +1 to your dice roll. These here are the when you meet security, when you're set to finish the game, there are 4 of these cards, and you actually have to scan it with your mobile phone. And they will take you to the Techlandia website, and there's a 1 in 4 chance of you being correct. And the 4 cards up here, there are 4 different decks, so you have gear cards that help you throughout the game that you can collect. There are location cards that let you spawn the QR codes and monsters. Investigation cards, so if you investigate an area, you need to read this to see if you can pass or fail to gain one of your QR codes, or at least place one in the Techlandia campus somewhere. So the artwork on these cards is really nice. It really does have a very good theme with a corporate feel to it, with the QR codes, the mobiles for the dash, player dashboards. And up here, so the gear cards are things like extra business cards and a hip flask, sweet kicks, screen protectors. So they're all pretty cool, and each one does a slightly different thing. So that's the contents of Techlandia. I've looked over the rules quickly. It looks relatively straightforward, easy to play. The rule book is actually one of the friendliest rule books I've read. It's well laid out, very, very simple to read and understand. Has a little bit of lore in there as well, and actually has a few laughs in there too. It's quite a funny rule book, so I enjoyed reading that one. On my next video, I'm going to do a solo player run through for the game, so stay tuned for that as well.